Hello, I'm the Ferry, and you're watching Underground YGO with Spidey and Kisame.
Well, guys, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are still full. Your bellies are all full because this should be uploaded this Saturday right after Thanksgiving.
So fucking heavy.
You definitely look like
You know what? I'm tired of you. Disrespect, man. You're in my fucking place.
Get out. Happy Thanksgiving. It is me, Happy Thanksgiving 24 with my sidekick.
And I'm Thanksgiving Unlimited.
Belly Man Unlimited. In the spirit of the holidays, this is my top 10 decks that I am most thankful for.
Alright, I'm watching. This is how this video is going to go. Spidey's going to pitch things, and if I don't agree... Alright, because I also got to be thankful for it.
No, my number 10 deck that I am most thankful for is Black Rose Dragons.
Okay. I won't have to take you out.
Because one of the decks that I like about Black Rose Dragon was it had a lot of like a little bit of the anime themes in there, but it really helped highlight and strengthen my plant deck. And my plant deck is really one of those side decks that I've never really like, yo, this is one of my main decks. This is like a deck that I...
Is this different from the so-called Powerful Earth deck?
No, yeah, very different. Very, very different. My plant deck, with it had the insects and the plants with Giga Plant, the Gemini one that special summons, and then
are we ever going to see a repowered Earth deck?
No, that was for the time, and the time has passed. We move on. Get over it.
Now it's up to Plants.
No, Plants was there first. Okay. Plants was there before Earth deck. If anything, the Plants turned into the Earth deck a little bit. But the plant deck was first.
You get it, right? Because the Earth grows the plants.
Yeah, I know, right? Moving on up. My number 9 deck that I am most thankful for, Crusadia. Crusadias have saved me.
You're doing pretty okay.
You guys want to say something like really old and dumb?
I don't know. I have to agree. So far, I agree. Dead Ice, Blackie. Dead Ice.
Crusadias have saved me, like saved my Yu-Gi-Oh life.
Okay.
Crusadias
very respectful deck.
It's one of the decks that, like, when links were introduced, that was like my gateway in understanding what links were. Because like with pendulums, I don't have a pendulum deck to be like, oh, this helped me understand what pendulums were outside like Luster, Draco, pendulums, but especially during COVID, that was my go-to deck whenever I didn't care to understand what the fuck was going on. I knew I could play Crusadia.
Big go boom boom.
I could just play Crusadia, crash into something, and get a win. Like that was my way of being like, I don't really understand what's going on, but here's my monsters, I win. Like that's all I needed. So Crusadias really pushed me through a very hard time in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like when tournaments was going on, Crusadia saved the day. Like it was.
How you had Crusadias is how I had Mech Knights.
Yeah, it's just certain. And mind you, they
kind of mesh.
Yeah, they do kind of mix them well. But mine was pure Crusadias. If anything, mine is more Crusadias mixed with Kaijus, which I like Kaijus too. So the fact that I was able to be like, oh, I get to bring my Kaijus out, and I love Kaijus because Kaijus are like, I don't give a fuck what you're playing. Here's my Kaiju. And so basically, like, I have to crash into monsters. So even if my opponent doesn't really want to play ball with me and give me the monster, I'm like, I'll put my own monster over here, and here's my monster to crash into and get the win anyway. So I thank you, Crusadias. I'm very grateful that you exist. My number 8 deck that I am most thankful for in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss is a deck that I have claimed to hate for 10 years now. That is a deck...
Wait, hold on, what?
Burning Abyss.
What, nigga?
Is my
what
number
nigga?
8...
What, nigga? Took a second. I couldn't fucking hear for a minute. You said Burning Abyss you're thankful for?
Yeah. Can I give my reasoning why? Burning Abyss is one of the decks that I hate so much, it made me a better player. Because that was one of those decks where the game started becoming really power creepy, and you had to adapt. It was either do or die.
Yeah, like 4 flashbacks.
So, in that era of Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's where I really felt like I was challenged. Like that was when you was like, you can't just keep playing the one manga forever. Like you have to create something else. You can't just do the same thing forever. You have to become better. You need to become something different. And that'll get on to later on in the list of my response. But like Burning Abyss was a really good entry point of like me having to like take another leap in the game and having to become better. So competitively, I'm thankful that it exists. As much as I hate it, I'm thankful that it exists because it made me better. My number 7 is Manadiums.
Who?
Manadiums?
Endymions?
What do you say?
I don't fucking know.
Reach for the sky!
I don't know what the fuck they were, but you didn't.
I didn't like them.
You don't know, sir.
The ones with like the balls, and then like the level 2 balls, and when they destroy, they come back, and then like they synchro climb.
Oh! Alright, hold on.
I'll take them back. Manadiums I like because that was another deck that made me better. Like that was one of the first decks and in a good 4-year stretch that made me be like, oh my god, something I like. Jesus Christ, like I've been searching forever. Like you pick up a deck, it's fun for 2 weeks, and then once you figure it out, you don't care anymore. Like there was never a deck that I was able to latch onto. And the fact that, you know what I really liked about it was that they were tied to Visa Starfrost, and that was like another way of entry points into other decks. You know I love deck fusion. I love to put shit together. So the fact that they were part of that, oh my god, it was like, finally, somebody who speaks my language. So I'm very happy that they exist because I was going a very, very long time. And that's my biggest struggle as a Yu-Gi-Oh player today, is finding decks and cards that I actually care about, that I'm interested in genuinely, and they were one of them. So thank you for existing, Manadiums. You have taken me very far in this game that a lot of decks I couldn't say the same for. My number 6 is Harpy Ladies.
Man, how disrespectful are you?
I just wanted to say for the record, for all the subscribers out there, you know, that this man made a deck without ladies that was using.
What? That's making the video.
What?
No plays.
I just wanted to learn how to do the turn switch.
That's right, Ghost Snatcher. Like the SpongeBob episode. When he put you in the thing. Well, yeah, I got you now. And now you have any last words? I am very, very grateful for Harpy Ladies because that is one of those decks that's like, I'm grateful for it because it really represents like the life I've had in Yu-Gi-Oh before I've ever met you. And not to say that, like, that sounds kind of crazy, like, what the fuck kind of life are you living? I'm saying that to say...
It's all about me. Yeah.
No, for me it's like, well, Evan, what are you like, oh, scantily clad women, what kind of life are you living? What were you doing before you met Kisame? I'm saying that as in, like, my friend group and the people who I hung out with before I met you. So, like, when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I had a friend who really liked Harpy Ladies. So it's like, the fact that I was able to pick that up and carry it along with me, it's like I get to bring my history with me. So the fact that they've been updated throughout the years and I've been able to try to figure out different ways of how to play them and incorporate them into certain decks. Even though like we don't see each other, you know, people get distant throughout life, it's like you still get to carry that history with you. And that means something to me. So I'm very, very grateful that that exists. So thank you, Harpy Ladies. My number 5 is Super Quantums. Super Quantums is me. That is my deck. I love Super Quantums. And I'm very, very thankful, not just the fact that when they first came out, I'm so grateful that they got support later on. I'm so grateful that they got Black Layer and the Super Quantum Bug ones. Like, I'm so grateful for that support for them to, like, exist because I like, not just that I like their playstyle, I love the fact that they're based off of, like, Power Rangers and they have the Megazord. Like, that is so me. And the fact that I've been able to play it, I've had a lot of fun with that deck this year. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just very, very grateful for them because that's like Yu-Gi-Oh can still make decks and cards that I like. It's very hard. It is so hard for me because, like, yes, I can play Canines, I can play Christians, I can play Yummies, I can play Draco Tails, I can play Mitsurugis, I can play Ryzeals, I can play Malice, I can play all these different decks, and I have my whatever. I can play Six Sams, and woo! It's like, yeah, but like a new deck that I can like, oh my God, Jesus! It's like you said. finding the diamonds in the rough. Like, that's what that is for me. So I'm very, very grateful for Super Quantums. Thank you so much for having the Megazord. I just love the archetype. I love the design. It's very baseball. My number 4, because now we're really getting into like the really, really important decks for me.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4 deck that I'm thankful for is Shadal's. What? I know. I am very thankful for Shadal's because Shadal's are the archetype that Shadal's was my new core that made me a better player. And it's not just Shadal's within themselves, it was Shadal's mixing it with Elemental Heroes, Shadal's mixed with my Master Deck, Shadal's mixed with Dinosaurs, Shadal's mixed with Invoked. Like, Shadal's have been able to carry me through so many different eras in Yu-Gi-Oh! And because of its playstyle and its inclusivity, that it can play with other decks, which is so important to me these days. Like, I need decks that can cooperate with other decks. A lot of decks are very rigid. It can only play one way. And if anything you know about me, I hate decks that repeat themselves. I hate decks that are rigid. So any type of fluidity and like decks that can mix well with others, I really do enjoy. And it wasn't the fact that they can just do that. It was the fact that they can do it on a competitive level. And that is one of those decks where it can take cards and make them good and hyphenate them, because I can take a Shadal's and put it with a milling version of the deck, and then I conclude Nibble Angler, and Nibble Angler can go to the graveyard, and I can summon Nibble Umaga straight from the deck. So it was one of those ways. Through Shadal's, I was able to find ways to incorporate the cards that I already played and bringing out and finding those gems in decks and cards that I like. Elemental Heroes.
That's so much fucking privilege. You have no respect, no compassion. You're fucking heartless fuck.
Elemental Heroes. I am thankful for Elemental Heroes, and this is not just for like recent. Like, mind you, Elemental Heroes have existed for what, 20 years now? They've been around for almost 20 years. 2005. I'm thinking about like, it was around 2005, 2006 when we were like going into like high school, into like those years. And then that's when the Lost Millennium pack came out. Elemental Heroes was a very defining point in Yu-Gi-Oh! For me, because I look at Elemental Heroes as my friendship with you. That was like the introduction to like what really built up.
You get everything and you get it.
and falling in love with an archetype.
You're saying you're falling in love with me?
No, that archetype.
I'm married. You had
Take
your shit. You had your shit.
I tried to do it. You didn't want it.
You didn't want me. You know I had so much love to give. We could have had it all, man. We could have filmed whenever we wanted.
Now you gotta drive for an hour.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Elemental Heroes, and not just like that was before Marvel ever came out. All the I was big into superheroes even just growing up, but that was like, whoa, Elemental Heroes, Hero Signal, like their play style, like the early introductions of it, and they are what embodies my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Mechanic, fusion summoning. So them having that throughout all of their different variations, Evil Heroes, Destiny Heroes, Vision Heroes, Extra Heroes, all of that nonsense, was like, wow. And they encompassed that, and they were already something that I liked, but being heroes and just their playstyle. I loved Hero Signal. Even with the other one, Rottweiler, like it was just all the different versions of it. Neospacians, like I don't like that much, but I really did like them. So like I really am thankful that they exist, because they are kind of like what embodies like my passion into like falling in love with an archetype, because I didn't really like any other archetype before them. That was like mine. All the other archetypes that I picked up were like archetypes my other friends like, with Harpy Ladies and shit like that. Like, I didn't have my own. Like, when you met me, all of my decks were like these hodgepodge mixes of shit. I didn't have any archetype themed decks. Mm-hmm. So it was like outside of maybe zombies, or like with the Dark Scorpions with like a little bit of it, but I didn't have one all-encompassing one. So Elemental Heroes was that for me. My number 2 deck that I am thankful for is card for card. Your deck. That version of your Master Deck. That is a deck that I am so thankful for, because that is one of those decks that have pushed me to my limits and really put an emphasis on it's not just the card game and it's not just the cards, it's the player behind the cards. Like, that was the first time that I saw you not emulate what I did, but you found something to make your own. And not to say that you never had a deck that was of your own, but you came up with a concept all on your own. You created out of your brain, and you was like, this is what I have to offer. And this is what I'm putting up against you out of my own brain. Don't take this moment to say that you stole it from something. Because that would you're like, well, fuck this video. But that was the moment for me. Like, it wasn't just the Genzo, but it was like, you was like, no, everything has to follow this rule. I need cards to follow this, because if I want to be on the top of the game, I need to do that. And like, I had my own thing where like every card came with a twist. But your cards came with like, not a cost, but they came with an agenda. And it was like, I don't give a fuck what you do, I'm doing this. Every card that I have is going to cost you a card. Like, they're going to come in, I'm leaving with something. I'm not just not leaving with nothing, I'm leaving with something. So, I'm very thankful for that, because that was one of the decks that really embodies our rivalry in like a capsule of like, what was that? It was like, I had my style was very defensive, and that was you coming with the offensive, and that was your style of play. Like, the only card that really didn't follow the card for card was Ancient. No, it's like, this is a beast stick, because he can still kill a card.
Yeah.
So you just take out a card, but I would say Ancient Get Golem, because you have to sacrifice 2 for him, he doesn't get you anything upon summon. He can just do damage.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really for like, that was really like your personality into it. But I really, really enjoyed playing against that deck.
Okay.
That's my number 2. My number 1 deck that I am most thankful for is my Master deck. What else? Who else? Who else do you think would be at the top? My Master deck is my main deck. That is my one deck that I have used throughout the history of this game, where it's all of my favorite cards encompassed in there and mixed with a little bit of meta. That is like my personality in a deck. Like, I don't think many players, like, they might be able to have an archetype, but I don't think many players can come into the game and say, this is me. This deck is a representative of who I am and my ideals into this game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think many players can do that. Like I said, you just have one with your card for card deck. You have that in your Constellar deck. Most people might have an archetype or an era that they can point to and say, that was for me. This was for me. But like, for me, using that was 1,000% of what I wanted to do and what I saw Yu-Gi-Oh! As. That's why I really do cherish that deck, because that is what I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be. Like how you spoke about in your video, where you spoke on, I used to be this player who would find the diamonds in the rough, who can max out the potential in a card. And like, that was always my approach to the game. And that's what I wanted my Master deck to always represent, was bringing out the best in cards that I thought were good, or cards that resonated with me. And then throughout the game of just evolving it, adapting it into certain forms of the meta. So finding ways to continue to incorporate Nibble manga in there, or Shadal's, or Obnoxious Celtic Guardian. You just had to get it off. They may not exist in whatever this new version of my Master deck is going to be, but I'm really grateful for the way how it was back then. If I can find a way to do it, then I will continue to do it. But the fact that I can do it and make that deck compete on a competitive level somewhat, that really was like, it made me very proud of myself. Like, these are things from my brain that I was able to offer to the world, versus just copying what's out there and throwing in some little text in there to feel like, all right, this is my personality.
Are you going to show them a picture of what your Master deck looks like
today?
Yeah, well, I guess what it used to look like.
There's so many different versions of it. Like, when I
would show them something, because they're not going to know what you're talking about.
So like, when you first met me, my Master deck was Nibble manga. I had Ordeal of the So it's like, you've been playing very slow play.
Show a picture.
I'm trying to give them an idea of like what it was like to run into it. A typical duel back in the mid 2000s would be a T set. Set a monster, put a card face down, maybe 2 cards face down. Your opponent's turn. They summon a beat stick. They go to attack your monster. How do you feel now when you're attacking the monster, and now I activate my trap card? It's Ordeal of a Travel, which doesn't destroy your monster, but now you have to guess a card in my hand. And if you don't, your card goes back to your hand. So now you got to go through all that. Now you have to go through all that trouble. You guess the card right. You finally get to attack, and the monster you attack is now Nibble manga, which now makes me gain 1,000 life points, and I get to summon 2 more monsters. And then on the next turn, I'm activating Spring of Rebirth. So now every time when you get it wrong, your cards are going back to your hand, and I'm still gaining more life points, and my monsters are still on the field. pull on the rug, and I got the Don Bongalion, the Dark Dragon, the one that we use the counters. Oh my god, I missed that version of my master deck because that's when I had the Magic Drain, the pull on the rug, because that's when cards used to get some their effects would pop off right when they summon. So when your breaker jumps on the field, gets no, he doesn't. Pop him, and because I activated a counter trap card, he gets to come onto the field.
How is pulling the rug going to get on the field?
He ain't stronger than no Judgment Dragon. He ain't stronger than no Cyber Dragon. I'll give you a 10-minute diatribe on all the history that I've had with it, with Wind Dragon of Raw. So many cards that have come in and out of that deck that have been highlighted throughout my career in Yu-Gi-Oh!
You should frame your master deck like how I framed mine.
I don't see that shit nowhere in here.
Because it's holiday season. You're telling me that I'm going to put my master deck over Elegant Turk? I don't think so.
I thought that's what you were most thankful for.
No, I'm thankful for Elegant Turk. This is Elegant Turk. I put this up instead of my master deck because I want to enjoy the holidays. Some people care about the holidays. People are grateful for things that aren't Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Well, that was what I was going to get back into. These are just...
I'm thankful for my husband.
You should be.
My relationship.
You should be. You need that.
I do need that. Everyone needs that.
You know what I'm thankful for? That Wicked's coming out in like a week, and I'm going to go see it. I'm going to see the world premiere before everybody else does.
With your girlfriend?
No.
Oh.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Aww.
These are the days that I'm thankful for, just in the spirit of the season, just to spread some thankfulness. What are you thankful for? Whether it be some decks or just something going on in your life right now. Comment it down below. Let us know. Is there anything that you were thankful for?
I'm thankful I'm not editing this.
Yeah, because it's going to be 30 plus minutes of me. Don't worry. I don't know about you. I edit in double speed.
Okay.
Yeah, I watch our videos in double speed, and I just cut through, and I go to all the moments where it's just silence. If we're not making a face, cut it out. Like just at certain points we start talking, and I'm like, we're getting on topic, cut it out.
Digital don't have that feature.
Sometimes you get DaVinci. But yeah, that's what I think.
Check out my Instagram.
Check out his Instagram along with all of our personal Discord server. Our personal links, Master Duel IDs, everything in our Discord is all in the link down below. Check that out. 2 Breeze video. See you guys next week with the best of wrapping up the end of the year.
Hey, this is Seno Kaiba. Listen, Kisame and Spidey, I just want to tell you something. You're both third-rate duelists with fourth-rate decks. Oh, and I play my Blue Eyes White Dinosaur.